justice of the people, and that's in the such way he was a, and that person is called a social activist. Anna Hazare, he was, we can say that a highly reputed social activist, leader, and he was a leader of this Afro-American people. Now we can look at that in each period. So there was, we can say, during the 50 to something around 1950 to something 1950 to 1968, there was a struggle is going on. 1950 to 1968, there was a Afro-American movement going on. And in this period, he was that time he played his role. His life. Whenever the Martin Luther King born, his father has decided the name of him is Michael King. Their king was their surname. They are not the king. They are the, you can say, the average people. But his name was Michael King. But Martin Luther's father was highly impressed. One of the socialists in the history of America. And he was named as the Martin. He played a vital role, and he can, as an activist, he fought or struggled against the parliament or against the government to reform in the society. And that's why his father changed the name of Michael into the Martin Kings. Martin Luther King's grandfather was pastoral in the church. So we can say that clergyman, dear friends. His grandfather was clergyman. His father became a pastoral or clergyman. And now Martin Luther King also appointed as a co-pastor in the church. He was educated. He got his B.A. degree, Bachelor of Arts, in 1948. And after that, he got the master degree, and he got the highest degree of education, PhD. It is called the doctorate, PhD, Doctorate of Philosophy. And in here, he can got his doctorate degree in 1955. In the sense, Martin Luther King was an educated person during that period of the time. And then after that, he completed his degree, he joined as a pastoral or a clergyman in the church. Between that time, he married. His wife was not an extraordinary intellectual, because he was a masterminded man who can play the role of leader, social activist. His wife was highly intellectual, and her name was Coretta Scott. And during they had their happy married life, Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott, C-O-R-E-T-T-A-S-C-O-O. Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott had two sons and two daughters. Both equal, 2 sons and 2 daughters. And during that time, and there was a life. And during that time, there was one incident happened in the America. Friends, one black girl was sit in the bus, and there was a condition of that. If the bus, the seat are the empties, the black people were permitted to sit in their seat. But if other stand, at the next stand, if the white man reached in the bus or uplifted in the bus, so a black person stood up from his place and emptied the seat for that white person. They have no right in the presence of the white people. There is no right for the black American people to sit in and that's why the girl was 16 years. She was working as a maid servant, and that time she was too much tired due to heavy work, and she was drowsing in the choka khawa. She was drowsing, and that time a white people can call him home, but she was not stood up from his seat. she stood for her seat. There was struggle was going on, and the bus was stopped, and then there was push that girl from that and throw the girl on the road or the pavement on the side of the road. The girl was a very brave. She sit there and sit demand for the right, and this is a small incident sprung as a fire spread in the forest. જે રીતે જંગલમાં હવાથી દાવાનળ ફેલાય છે ને, this small incident spread, and there was a burning desire of, or a hidden desire of those black people come outside, and they have decided to fight for their right start, and that gradually that news, and here our social activist Martin Luther King joined. His contribution, we can say that he joined in this struggle, and he take the leadership, and many of the places he can travel a lot, and he do that. Many of the places he can travel a lot, and he can handle the number of, we can say that 25,000 more than meetings, and in this way. And why should we remember in that? In 1963, you remember, every person was a great orator. He was a great orator. Orator in the sense, Vakta. Swami Vivekananda, remember doing that? 1893, in Chicago religious conference, Dharma Parishadma, his speech, dear man, my brother and sister, and that's created the, we can say that, religious mood in them of the people. There was a clap for the more than 1 minute, more than 1 minute. And the same day, my dear friends, here in the same way, the history of that word. Some people are great, and here as a orator, he was remembered in the history of America and even the history of world. Due to one thing, you want to be good orator. सारा वक्ता बनवा मांगता है मित्रों, to listen the some of the writer. I remember some that speech of that once. Our great youth icon Swami Vivekananda. The speech and the lecture delivered by Swami Vivekananda, you first heard. Second, Osho Rajneesh, mind blowing. What a speech he can deliver. What intellectual way, wittingly communicate the ideas and dialogue with other people. Mind blowing. If you want to be a great orator, Sara Vakta Banwa, I give you some few names to you, my dear friend. Swami Vivekananda, Osho Rajneesh. Then you heard the speech. Only we cannot speak, or we can lecture, or the speech, or the recorded on the YouTube, and many other places you will find out. But you have to, if it is possible there, I have to put that speech, great speech of Martin Luther King in our group also. And he can give the speech. In 1963, I have a dream speech. It is known as their speech was known as I have a dream speech in Washington D.C., the capital of America, United States of America. There was 50 states together, and it became the United and become the country of America. And this Washington D.C., he can give the speech. The people gather in the, and that was speech was memorable. It created we can say that it was exploitation in the American history, and American government put compulsion to reform there was law for the people. They have to make change in their constitution and provided the equality to those African black people. And that's why he reputed as a greatest, not dear friend, great, but greatest orator in American history. Then Vivekananda, Rajneesh, Osho, further Martin Luther King. Then there was a speech when was elected Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of America. And his speech, when he first speech delivered in the Assembly or Parliament of America, White House. In White House, that was also memorable one. Then there was a very famous speech, one of the greatest Roman tragedy of Shakespeare. Yes, Julius Caesar. And in Julius Caesar, the speech of Antonio on the death or funeral of Julius Caesar. This speech was also marvelous one, friends. And you have to hear, if you want to be a good orator, how to develop your eloquence in your speech, you listen this speech. And now this electric media and internet, you can easily got the original speech, even the translated in dubbing speech of the various regional, even their language you can find out there, if you want to be a good orator. Okay, friend, we come to our topics. The contribution of that we can discuss the Martin Luther King. I have to find out some the dates, some years from that work. And I have to try to, I have to provide that, and I have to read that, each of that. Martin Luther King was American clergyman, activist, and leader in the African civil rights movement. We have to write down that he was the American clergyman, social activist, and leader of the American civil rights movement. You can understand the American civil rights movement in the Samanta Adhikaroni Church. Movements means the friends, church word. He played a leading role in the advancement of civil rights using non-violent civil disobedience. Remember that person